Hey everybody, Jeremy Hess here, Director of Economic Development with the Greater Burlington Partnership. So, 2020's been something, hasn't it? We've had a global pandemic, which is very serious. We've shut down essentially our national economy. We had a kind of a glancing blow with the murder hornets. And here's the thing, right? We're only halfway through the year. I was looking on the interwebs last week, and I was reading that aliens were actually planning to attack, but they took one look at what was going on Earth, and they just roll up the windows and lock the doors, and they just kept right on trucking. So anyway, it's been quite a year, and I want to talk to you, the consumer, for a few minutes. If we're going to have any kind of economic recovery, it's going to take the consumer. You may not know this, but 72% of all economic activity is driven by the consumer. So it's not healthcare, it's not manufacturing, it's not government, it's the consumer. Locally, I feel like we're kind of starting to turn the corner a little bit. And I just wanted to spend a little time today to encourage you, give you a word of encouragement. Living in fear really isn't living at all. And so, right, we should be careful and we need to be cautious, but we have to go on living in these beautiful communities that we call home, and we can't be stuck in fear. And so today I just want to talk with you briefly, sum it up with what I'm calling the ABCs of consumer confidence. First one is A. A stands for assess your own risk. Right, so especially if you have underlying health conditions, or you have an elderly family member, or have a situation with a compromised health situation, absolutely we should be extra cautious, and we should serve those people and protect those people. Let's just take my dad, for instance. I love my dad, he's a great guy, but reality is it takes him like 15 minutes just to read his list of pills that he takes every day. And so we should really be watching out for folks like that and serving them, and maybe they should hunker down a little longer. But listen, if you are in good health, relatively good health, and if you're young and you follow the basic CDC guidelines that we've had just kind of driven into our head, you can go on living your life without fear and re-engage our community. So that was A. B stands for best practices. You should look for those businesses that are employing best practices when it comes to cleanliness, to sanitization, and all of those things. And really, when they do that, they're demonstrating really great care for you and for their employees. And one of the things you can look for are signs like this. This is part of our opening toolkit, and it just lists all the things that they're doing daily or hourly to keep you safe. And I think all of our businesses are doing a great job. But listen, even with all that they're doing, there is nothing that's going to make us 100% risk-free, right? There's nothing like that in life. I mean, you go drive in your car across town, and I've seen how some of you people drive. There's risk in everything that we do. But if you seek out those businesses that are doing best practices, and you assess your risks, you can go forward without fear. The last one, C, stands for common sense. And I know what some of you are thinking. We're pretty short of that right now. So maybe if common sense isn't your thing, let's just say C stands for courtesy. So things like if you are sick or you have a fever, if you have small children that are ill, it is both common sense and courteous for you to stay home and to avoid being in large crowds and all those kinds of things. And listen, even if it's like you feel like it's just a cold, everybody's rightly kind of on edge right now. And so the other day I was in a store, and God forbid, I sneezed twice, and I could just feel the eyes of condemnation upon me, and I kind of hung my head in shame, and I left the store immediately. I couldn't take it. But listen, if we practice these ABCs and we practice common sense, and listen, if you want to wear a mask, absolutely wear a mask. I mean, it's highly recommended in a lot of situations. If you don't want to wear a mask, don't. But be courteous to those by not getting all up in their space and honoring social distancing. So look, whether we like it or not, the Rona is going to be around for a while. Whether we like it or not, social distancing and face masks, they're going to be around for a while. But if we don't shuck the fear and re-engage, we have so many wonderful businesses. We have a beautiful downtown. We've got wonderful shops out in West Burlington. They may not be here if we don't re-engage, practice these very simple rules, and get out there and enjoy this thing that's called life. It's a gift, and we need to enjoy it and not be stuck in fear. So listen, Greater Burlington, I'm looking forward to seeing you out there.